So I'll be on the play. I'll pitch a... make some space for the old pitch zone. Pitch of blue to Arsenal Chilling Ice Vein with Voltaire. And then end of turn I'll Arsenal and pass to you.
Okay. Well, I might also make some room for my pitch zone. And then pitch this Earth card to play a Channel Mount Heroic. Because I love that. And then I'm going to come in with a Scar for Scar. So 7. And if I have less life than you, which I don't, it has go again.
Alright.
So.
I'll take 7.
Cool. I'll Arsenal. And pass the turn.
Forgot my tunic counter on turn 1. That's what you get. I'll flip a Polar Blast face up with Lexi to give you a Frostbite token.
Yep.
Which turns out I need to fetch. 1 second.
I have the Channel Mount Heroic here. The Frostbite token is going to be a little bit awkward because of my hand. But, you do what you got to do.
So, I'll play the Polar Blast by pitching a Blizzard Bolt for 2. So I've got 1 resource floating. So you got to pay 1 resource, or my next attack has Dominate, and I draw a card.
Your next attack has Dominate.
Okay. So I've got 1 resource floating. I'll spend a resource to load a Remorseless with Voltaire. And then I'll pitch a Chilling Ice Vein. With the Voltaire, go again. And then pitch Chilling Ice Vein to shoot for 5 Dominate. Go again.
I forgot my Embodiment of Earth token from hitting with Scar for a Scar. So, alright, so how much are you coming in for?
5 Dominate, go again. Can't defend with defense reactions from Arsenal. And if it hits you, whenever you play an action card, you lose a life.
That's upsetting. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to block for 3 and take 2.
So Remorseless is active, and then I'll pitch a Endless Arrow to load a Bolton Shot with +1. And I'll shoot the Bolton Shot for 5.
This one, I'm going to take 5.
Alright, I will pass to you.
So I lose this one. Realise now that I definitely actually wanted to keep. Because this is not going to have go again. But let's. So whenever I play
An action card.
Yep,
you lose life.
Okay. So I'm going to play this blue Plunder Run, which I have to pitch 1 to do so, to pay for the Frostbite token. And then I'm going to come in with this Entwine Lightning. So it's got 4 but no go again currently. And if it hits, then I draw a card. So it's 5 with this, 6, 7, 8. So 8 power hits, then
draw a card.
Then draw a card.
No blocks.
So I'm going to pop off my Snapdragon Scales to give it a go again.
Mm-hmm. Take 8.
Yep, take 8. And I get to draw a card. I'm then going to pitch another Earth card to come in for 2 and 2 with my Rosetta Thorn. Does that get with the pump with the channel or not?
No.
No pump with the channel. Okay.
Yep, I'll take 4.
So I'm going to arsenal this. I'm going to put 2 Earth cards on the bottom so my channel sticks around.
That's pretty rude.
Yeah, that's pretty rude. And then these 2 are here.
2 counters on the Tunic. Pitch a blue Winter's Bite for 3. Spend 1 resource to load a Blizzard Bolt. 1 resource with Go Again. 1 resource to shoot the Blizzard Bolt, fusing with Pulse of Volthaven.
Okay.
Nice card, Ice Lightning card. So the Blizzard Bolt is 5, Go Again, and whenever an attack deals damage to a hero this turn, create a Frostbite under their control.
I forgot to make my embodiment of Earth again, so I'll put that one there.
No worries.
5 Go Again, and whenever you hit, you make a Frostbite token.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'll take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll pitch to... I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, take 5. And 1 Frostbite.
Take 5, 1 Frostbite.
Yeah, then I'll spend 1 to attack with Chilling Ice Vein for 4, fusing with a Pulse of Volthaven again. So it's 4, and if it hits... whenever an attack deals damage to a hero this turn, discard a card unless they pay 1 and create a Frostbite.
And it's coming in for how much?
4.
So... this one... is interesting. Cat coming in to say hello. So I've got a couple of different options. I've got a Force of Nature in my hand. So this is a non-attack action in the box for 3 with the embodiment in the box for 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be quite good. I could also just block with my Grasp and my Scalita. That way I don't get this Frostbite token or have to discard the card. And I get to keep the cards in hand, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to block with each of these 2.
I'll arsenal a card and pass to you. So this is a bit of a scary spot for me because that Channelmite Heroic is still hanging around.
Yep.
And Isaac has 1 Frostbite, but he was able to use the equipment to protect the rest of his hand. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Briar Specialization. Force of Nature reads Earth Fusion. So this is a 0 cost. Whenever you attack with an action card you control this turn, if its base power is greater than its base power, draw a card. If it was fused, your next attack gains +1. So I don't actually need to fuse it because of the Channelmount Heroic, which I think is pretty much kind of like where I want to head, is to not fuse.
But I think if you can fuse, you always fuse.
Yeah, so the difference is that like I either pitch this Evergreen or I pitch like an Enlightened Strike. And I think that the Enlightened Strike is going to be better. So I'm going to pitch this Evergreen in order to pay for this Frostbite token. That way I've got 2 floating here. And then I'm going to play this Arcanics. This is going to create a embodiment of lightning. Now I'm going to put one into that. No, I'd have to put two. Which I think is actually worth it, considering the other two cards I have don't actually have cost requirements. So I'm going to flip the top four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to put both of these attacks into my hand, which is very good. And I'm going to shuffle these back in.
I think that shows why playing Sonata for X equals 1 is so much better if you can do it than X equals 0. Like the chance of getting 2 cards off it is so good. And if your deck does have pretty good ratios of attacks to non-attacks, it happens a reasonable amount of the time.
So I'm going to come in with that snatch that I've just drawn here. So this is going to come in for 4. It's got go again from this embodiment of lightning, plus the 3 from channel. So it's 7 power, and if it hits, I get to draw a card from Force of Nature and draw a card from Snatch. So 7 power, if it hits, draw 2 cards.
So I'm going to block for 8 with the Purge Grapplers.
Okay, so I don't get to draw the card from Snatch, but I then get to come in with a Ball Lightning. So this one...
So I blocked with the wrong arrow.
Wrong arrow?
Yep.
You can change that up a little bit?
Yep.
That's cool. Alright, so Ball Lightning is now coming in. So it's going to come in for 3 plus the 3 from Channel Mount Heroic. So that's 6. And if it hits, draw a card from Force of Nature.
3 plus 3. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to block that for 3. So I think here, hopefully this Channel Mount Heroic's got away this turn. So I just want to try and block out this damage as much as I can. Let's actually block for 6, isn't it?
Yeah, because of the Channel Mount Heroic. So that's certainly what you want to do there. I'm a little bit upset about that because I really wanted to draw a card off this Ball Lightning. Because it would turn on my Enlightened Strike, which is in my hand. So I can't Enlightened Strike you, but that's alright. I will come in with this Snatch from Arsenal. So this one's going to come in for 7, and if it hits, draw 2 cards, but I don't have go again. And that means that my turn is going to be over.
Yeah, so I'll take the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I draw 2 cards from that. And then I'm basically just going to Arsenal a card. I'm going to have 1 embodiment. I actually remember it this turn as a result. You also took 2 points of damage from this Sonatus. Did you take that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So 1 embodiment of Earth. And then I'm going to Arsenal this one. And I will pass the turn. Channel Mount Heroic is done.
Tick up the Tunic. I'll flip the Pulse of Volthaven. I do miss out on the go again by doing it that way, but I think given the life total differential, I need to be disrupting Isaac as much as I can, so you get a Frostbite.
Alright. Now, I've just drawn a cracked bauble. Is that a proxy for something?
Command and Conquer, yeah.
Command and Conquer. Okay, cool. Alright.
Not usually a constructed playable card. Cracked bauble.
Cracked bauble, no. So I've got a hand full of reds. This embodiment's gone. Which makes things a little bit interesting. I'm going to come in with this Enlightened Strike. For 5 go again, but I've got to pay for this, so I'm going to pay for it with this Earth War Surge.
5 go again. I'll take 5.
Okay. Will then pitch 2 to come in with this cracked bauble, Command and Conquer.
Yeah, so that's pretty strong. I'm gonna have to block that for 6.
Yeah. So knowing that Jesse has the arsenal there means that I valued doing that instead of like putting this in arsenal and just attacking for 4 with this, which would have also been a solid play. I think certainly defensible. Just creating this dynamic of making Jesse block out so that the pivot doesn't happen.
So I'm going to try and do what I can here with a Channel Lake Frigid, putting 1 counter on it and putting the Icequake on the bottom of my deck at the end of the turn and passing back to Isaac. So no attacks, but hoping that the Channel Lake Frigid will allow me to come back at least with 1 arrow next turn.
Yeah. So everything costs 1 more.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to pitch this for 3 and then spend 1 on a Ball Lightning. So coming in for 2 if it hits, it'll be 3.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Like, knowing that this will be 3 and then that most things that Isaac's going to come in with afterwards are going to be lethal means that I either need to block with the Tunic, block with the New Horizon, and lose the Pulse, or lose my hand here. So it's not a great spot to be in, especially since Isaac's on 28. I just haven't had the disruption sufficient to slow him down, and that blue's going to let him pretty much play anything that's lethal from his hand. So I think I do have to block here, probably have to sacrifice that Pulse by blocking with the New Horizon, as awkward as that is. So I block for 2.
Why are you losing the Pulse?
Because when New Horizon dies, I lose my arsenal.
Okay. That's good to know. Alright. So then I'm going to come in with this Arcanic Shockwave, no fuse. So it's just coming in for 4.
5 if it hits.
5 if it hits, no go again.
So I'm going to block for 3 and take 2.
Yep.
And you get an embodiment.
Yep. Then I'll arsenal and I'll pass the turn.
Cool. So I'm going to pitch 1 to load a Frostlock with +1. And then I'm going to use the Tunic resource to shoot the Frostlock, fusing with a Weave Ice. So your cards and activated abilities cost you an additional 1 this turn from Frostlock, plus an additional 1 from Channel Lake Frigid. That's just during my turn. If it was fused, it gets +1, so it's now 5. And if it hits a hero until the end of their next turn, they can't pitch or play cards with cost 0.
Pitch or play cards.
Yeah.
And it's coming for how much?
5.
5.
So Frostlock, obviously one of the stronger trump cards in this matchup for Lexi, but coming a little bit late in the piece here. So it's another one that, Isaac wants to commit equipment to. Well, it's a must block in a way, so it's either equipment or cards from hand that go in front of it. But unfortunately, with the size of the equipment suite for Briar, my first must block just got blocked out, and now this one
will get blocked out by
blocked
equipment
out
as well.
Partly by equipment, at least.
So we're going to have 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So at least got 2 cards out of hand, so I'm okay with that. So I'll Arsenal and Channel Lake Frigid dies. But we had to pay a pretty big price losing New Horizon to be able to keep enough cards to pull that off with the fusion.
Yeah. So I'm going to come with the ball I need to start with.
For 2?
2, 3 if it hits.
Okay. I'm going to block for 2.
Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a lightning surge for 4. If it hits, it's 5.
Okay. I'm going to block for... four with an arrow and the tunic.
Okay.
So I'm going to try here, because I've drawn a 3 of a kind, to see if I can turn some momentum, because it's obviously my last chance given the life totals. So flip Weave Ice to give you a Frostbite.
Yep, Frostbite climb.
Pitch 3 to play 3 of a kind. Draw 3. Play the Weave Ice. So the next ice or elemental action card I play this turn gains +2. If it's fused, it gains Dominate. I'll load a Blizzard Bolt for 1 with +1. Then shoot the Blizzard Bolt fusing with red Weave Ice.
Okay.
So it's 5, 6, 7, Dominate. Whenever it deals damage, create a Frostbite.
I'm going to take 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Frostbites are now at 2.
Yeah. And then I'm going to Arsenal and pass back to you.
Okay, so got 2 Frostbites. I'm going to start by paying for those Frostbites and having 1 floating. And so I can spend it on this tomorrow. So 0 floating. I'm going to put Channel Mount Heroic on the bottom. So that's what you always want to do with that one. And I get to draw a card.
Yep.
I'm then going to come in with this Entwine Lightning, fusing with a Lightning Surge. So it's coming in for 4, go again.
So I know here that unfortunately the Frostbites that I was able to put out last turn didn't really disrupt Isaac's turn at all. So I'm kind of forced back into the position of needing to block again. So it's 4, go again. Yeah, so I'll block for 3, take 1.
Take 1, I get 1 embodiment.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to play this Gorgonian Tomb proxy. That's going to give me a embodiment of lightning. So I'll draw a card for the tomb. I'm then going to come in with this lightning surge, popping off this embodiment of lightning. So it's coming in for 4, go again.
Yeah, and I think that's it, because I can block for 6, but then I've got no more blocks. I've got a lightning surge that doesn't block. No arcane barrier, so I die to the Rosetta.
So yeah, then Rosetta comes in for 2 and 2.
GG.
GG. Well, really glad to play a little bit of Lexi versus Briar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think what you could see on those 2 turns when I did manage to give multiple Frostbites, I think I gave multiple on more than one occasion, you had blues to be able to pay them out, so it really didn't make a difference. I think the Ice Lexi deck obviously had a stronger matchup when the Briar decks were playing a lot of the lightning 0 costs and not playing so many earth blues to be able to support the Channelman Heroic package. One of the byproducts of having that package in there is that it deals a lot better with Frostbites.
Yeah, there was certainly one turn was a little bit awkward. It just basically cost me a whole card. But then there was other turns where like it just didn't actually, like it cost me 1 card that I was going to use anyway. Like the resources were spare. And I think look, a big part of this game was the Channel Man Heroic stayed around for 2 turns.
Yeah.
So I got an attack on the turn that I played it, and then attacks on the next turn, and attacks on the turn after that.
Yeah. And if one of those turns had been from me, like 1 or even 2 relevant arrows, like Frostlock or even Blizzard Bolt to give you multiple Frostbites, it might have done some more, but yeah, just wasn't there.
There's actually one turn where you giving me the Frostbite token was relevant because I had 2 Earth cards that were red and I needed to pay for...
Yeah, pay for something to get
pay
them
for
into the pitch
something,
zone.
yeah. To get in the pitch zone. So the Frostbite actually technically helped me that turn because it was double Earth or Weave Earth, I think. Yeah, so...
Very
good games.
But yeah, good games. We'll be definitely recording some more and we'll catch you around soon.